not retailers. Civilians, people who are not in our business. So civilians, people, think that price is related to the amount of profit that a store makes. And they grossly overestimate profitability. Even we're all in the business. I'll just give you 2 quick tests. Flat panel televisions, okay, plasma TVs, 60-inch plasma TVs. The gross margin on those for Best Buy. How much does Best Buy make on a 60-inch plasma TV? 10%? 5? 20? Okay, somewhere a little bit in between those two. 14%. 14%. Really tough, as you know, to pay the rent and pay staff and everything else when you're only making 14%. Arguably, it's on a little bit higher ticket, but you even know what's been happening with plasma TVs, how the price has just been heading towards the bottom. So it's no longer a $5,000 purchase. It's 14% on a $1,000 purchase. Very, very different. Okay, the opposite end of the spectrum. Abercrombie and Fitch. Maintain margin, gross margin after all markdowns last year. What percent? 68. 68, a little higher. 75. Yeah. Okay. Now we all know that those are 2 extremes. We have 2 extremes. We've got Abercrombie way up there, and we've got, actually Costco is kind of the king. Well, Costco, everything in Costco is at 14% margin. And so, but customers think that you make nothing but profit. I'll give you a little piece of homework, real easy, real quick. Tomorrow, next day when you're back at the store, when just a customer comes in who you kind of know, just say to them, excuse me, can I just ask you a question? And they'll say, yeah. Take a shoe off of your wall or out of your inventory, let's say a $100 shoe, and show it to the customer and say, what do you think that I pay for this shoe? Okay? Show it to the civilian. What do you think they're going to say? $100 shoe. 50. No, they don't operate in the world of Keystone like we do. No, they're going to say 20 or 15. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Why? Because they see stores every day at 40, 50% off, and these stores are still in business. And so they begin to think, again, they see retail all the same. They don't see a shoe store different from an Apple store, different from a Costco, different from a Walmart. They see it shopping, retail. It's all the same to them. They don't understand categories and that, oh, this category 50% margin is traditional, and in this category 25% margin is traditional. They don't know about that. So when they see all the stores at 50% off day in and day out, they obviously have to think that our margins are higher than 50% than Keystone. And most consumers do. So right off the bat, when they're thinking about price, they're thinking about they're coming from a very different place. And they also believe that they're paying a lot more than their parents or grandparents did for things. They think that things are more expensive today. And again, look at the facts. The fact of the matter is that we spend less of a percentage today on housing, on food, on clothing than we ever did, than our parents or grandparents ever did. So things are actually dramatically and drastically cheaper today than they have been in the past. And they believe, really believe, they're paying $170 for some boots, they're getting ripped off. And it is absolutely amazing what they believe. Price is just a number, but understand, it makes people behave illogically. Do you believe that people are logical? Human beings are logical? I got news for you. They are not. If the world were a logical place and human beings were logical, men would ride side saddle. Think about that. It is unbelievable. We will get in our car, and you know these people, and maybe you look in the mirror, and this is me, that I'll drive 5 miles to save $5 on a tank of gas. And again, there are a lot of people who will do that. They search for the lowest price gas, and they'll drive 5, 6, 7 miles out of their way to get it. And yet, is it okay to drive 20 miles to get $20 off $100 printer, $100 pair of shoes, $100 product? Most people would say yes. But is it okay to drive 20 miles to get $20 off an $800 computer? No. Again, it's the same $20. But internally and in our head, we kind of, I'll tell you later how math challenged we are, but we are a little, we're still doing the percentage. We're saying, okay, $20 off $100, wow, that's like 20%. That's a pretty good savings. Yet $20 off of $800, not so much. And so we won't drive for that amount. That's how illogical customers are. It is amazing how emotional price has become. And it has the power to drive a lot of emotions in customers. It can be infuriating, surprising, it can be saddening to us, it can be delightful. It can be all of those things within a matter of minutes, days, or months, depending on the customer. Sometimes is it a ripoff? Is it a bargain? For some customers, it's who cares. It is very, very fundamentally a trigger inside of our head. And it gets our neural networks excited. We are now, when we're doing neural research and putting sensors on people's brains, we can actually see that when they are exposed to prices and deals on a web page and on catalog pages, that the areas of their brain that light up are the same areas of their brain that light up when we are getting pleasure. And by the way, also the same ones that light up when we're gambling, and particularly winning at gambling. So we are responding to this at a very, very emotional, very gut level. And by the way, when we are in the heat of emotions, we can make some very bad business decisions. So this also goes for you when you're buying at a show like this, as much as it is for a customer when they are shopping within a store.